Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Bahrain Now, as we bring you the latest talks and initiatives of the country that you won't want to miss out on. I'm Lara Sam'an. Stay tuned, we've got a lot coming up. Books are uniquely portable magic that takes you to the world of imagination and inspiration. And they say a writer begins a book and the reader finishes it. Voiceover artist is one that brings life into written word with the power of their voice. Today with us in the studio, Sara Saidi, voiceover artist and book reviewer. Pleasure to have you in the studio with us today, Sara.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, tell us what inspired you to become a voiceover artist?
Cartoons. So when I was a kid, whenever I'm watching cartoons, I'd find myself mimicking the characters' voices all the time. And I remember telling myself, when I grow up, I want to do this for a living. But back then, I didn't know that this had a name. Then I completely...
I don't think any of us knew that that had a name.
Yeah, exactly. And then I just completely forgot about it. Just around a year ago or so, I decided to ignite this passion and actually give it a try. And here we are.
Amazing. Out of curiosity, what was one of your favorite cartoons as a kid?
There were many, too many. I'd say Sally. Okay. I think it's called Princess Sarah, like the original one.
Yeah, I think it's called Princess Sarah.
Yeah, but that one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and I was thinking of their voices and stuff. That's why I asked you, what's your favorite cartoon? Merging book reviewing and voiceover together, what made you take that step?
I started the voiceover thing a few months before the book reviewing, but I was already down the aisle of hobbies, so I thought, why not connect with the book community and try to share the love of books and reading with them, and at the same time build a reading journal for myself to keep me on track and encourage me to finish my TBR list. So this was the way.
But that's the best way to do it, like how I find that it's the best way to
you
keep up
you
for
could
yourself.
share with people what you think about books, and you get recommendations from people as
I
well.
feel like, did you get recommendations from all over the world or from like Bahrain?
Not necessarily Bahrain. When I started, I was actually looking for more accounts in Bahrain.
Okay.
But I found out that we've got more accounts abroad than Bahrain.
Yeah,
so
of course, our community here a bit with the books
is
stuff,
smaller,
a little bit different.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's made me take this step and actually start doing it.
So tell us, what are the voiceover projects that you've worked on?
I worked on several projects, but I remember starting off with auto attendant voiceovers. And I was doing that a bit too much in the beginning, to the point where I started doing commercials then.
Okay.
My first ad, I was still in this automated tone, which was press 1 for customer service. And I had to pick up that skill of alternating between the voiceover styles, which is very important.
I was going to say, I feel like it's very hard. Like now when you just said it, I felt like I was listening to a recording. That's what I was like,
yeah, I feel more automated than, cheerful when it comes to doing commercials, but you have to switch to these
Yeah, you have
tones.
to be able to balance between this version or this, because everybody wants something different as well.
Exactly.
But like I said, you just said it now and I'm like, oh wow. I feel like I'm listening to it on my phone. What are your favorite books?
That's a tough question for a book reader. But let's see, if I had to narrow it down, I've got too many. I'll mention 5 books. I've got an author called José Saramago, a Portuguese author. I read 3 of his books that I fell in love with. The first one was The Double, then Blindness and Death with Interruptions. And another popular 2, The Night Circus and by Erin Morgenstern, and The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Okay, is there a favorite genre of books that you like to read? Let's put it in that way.
I try to read from different genres, but I like fiction and psychological thrillers.
Okay, more. Psychological thrillers. Okay,
yeah,
very
the
different.
One with the plot twist and you don't know what's going to happen.
Not the usual normal ending
yeah,
that we always
it just blows your mind away. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh my God, something happened.
Yeah, true.
I agree with that as well. Different people and different tastes and standards in the world. What base do you review your books on?
I think the beauty of the whole thing is that people come with different tastes and different genres. And I review books subjectively. So as a reader, I try to provide key elements about the book, like what the story is about. I describe the characters, the narrative, or the writing style. So people
understand what you're trying to explain to them, like what your actual review.
Yeah, if you're going to step into a new read, you want to know what you're going to read.
Yeah, you want to know. It's not like, oh, the book is nice. No, you want to know more details.
Yeah. And for for book readers in general, we always go look up book reviews before getting our next read. It's a thing, so.
Of course. You don't want to just pick up a book and read it and be like, oh, this is not interesting. Let me move to the next.
You do get adventurous sometimes, but most of the time you just don't want to waste your time on the wrong book.
Yeah, exactly, because maybe something not in your interest.
Yeah.
What could you say, like how to improve in voice recordings and any voiceover tips?
I'd say practice, but at the same time trying or experimenting on different voiceover styles. So as I said, I was just stuck to the yeah, it was very automated. I didn't do commercials much back then, but then when I started doing these different things, so when you're working with a client and as a voiceover artist, they expect you to do anything.
Yeah,
so
you
have to be ready.
You have to be ready for any surprise. Like, I want you to speak like this. You should know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And another important tip that I came about a bit late, because before I used to go to studios and record before I had my own setup at home. And with this whole pandemic thing, you're doing things from home, so you're expected also to have a technical skill, just the basic skills.
The basic skills, so you can supply the clients with what they want.
Yeah, that's true. So editing your voiceover before submitting it to the client. Just make sure that you submit it to the client in a clean, neat version. So this makes them want to work with you more.
Yeah, of course. And as well, you need to be happy with your own voiceover.
Yeah.
What are your future plans?
Well, I'd say do more voiceovers and hopefully get projects like, I don't know, video games voiceovers or documentaries.
Something different.
Yes.
Something different from what you usually do.
Yeah, and hopefully get the opportunity to take on an animated series and just do characters' voices 8 hours a day. I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind because it's something you want to do as a kid. Yeah. And hopefully you will do it. You can pursue that for sure. Is there any message, that you'd like to convey before we end the segment?
I'd say find that inner passion of yours that had been neglected or, forgotten, and just bring it out to the light. It's never too late to discover yourself or your talents.
That is true. I completely agree. Thank you, Sarah, for that. That was lovely. I'm very interested to hear more of your voiceovers, so I can imagine it was a phone again.
Thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. Guys, I hope this segment inspired you to pick up a book right now. Stay tuned and we'll be right back.